from the other side of the river, and led him throughout all the land of Canaan, and multiplies his descendants, and gave him Isaac. To Isaac I gave Jacob. Jacob and Esau. To Esau I gave the mountains of Seir, and to possess, but Jacob and his children went down to Egypt. I also sent Moses and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt according to what I did among them. Afterwards, what does it say next? I brought you out. See, what God is doing here, he's just kind of reminding them of what he has done. Sometimes I think we forget what God has done in our lives. We really do, because he's been good. If you really want to take a few hours and write down all the things God has done for you throughout your life, you probably have pages and pages. But as soon as we get into a little storm, there we go down again. So what God is doing, he's just kind of reminding them of some things. He says in verse 6, then I brought your fathers out of Egypt. You came to the sea, and the Egyptians pursued your fathers with chariots and horsemen to the Red Sea. So they cried out to the Lord, and he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, brought the sea upon them, and covered them. And your eyes saw what I did in Egypt. Then you dwelt in the wilderness for a long time. And what does it say next? And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, right? Okay. Who dwell on the other side of the Jordan. And they fought with you. But what? I gave them into your hand, that you might possess their land. And I destroyed them before you. Then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose to make war against Israel, and sent and called Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. What does he say next? But I would listen to Balaam. Hallelujah. Therefore he continued to bless you. So I delivered you out of his hand. Then you went over the Jordan and came to Jericho, and the men of Jericho fought against you, also the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Girgashites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. But I delivered them into your hand. Oh, hallelujah. Now you got to look back. Look at how powerful our God is. I sent warning before you, which drove them out before you, also the two kings of the Amorites, but not with your sword or with a bow. I have given you a land for which you did not labor, and cities which you did not build, and you dwell in them. You eat of the vineyards and the olive groves, which you did not plant. Now therefore fear the Lord. What does it say? What's that word next? Serve him in sincerity and in truth. And what? Put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the river and in Egypt. Serve the Lord. And if it seems evil to you to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the river, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you dwell. Come on, read that with me. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Oh, hallelujah. Now, in this message, we're going to focus on 5 stages that should be a continuous cycle throughout our Christian lives. We will also focus on the importance of abstaining from serving the gods of this world. And that word gods now, translated as a root word, the word idol, is really what we're talking about. It's where we get the word idolatry, or serving idols. We're going to get into that in a little bit, amen? Because we're going to find out now the weaponry of darkness is to entice people and have them carried away with their idols. And we as the body of Christ, we are living in an hour now where some, including myself, believe that Jesus Christ could come back any second. Hallelujah. And I don't know about you, but when the trumpet sounds, the dead in Christ are going to go before me. But I'm going to follow, amen, and I'm going to meet him in the air. How many will be with me on that day? Amen. Well, you got to make sure that you remove yourself from the idols. Y'all hear what the Spirit is saying this morning? Now here, let's look at these 5 stages. Hear, trust and obey. Word is established. Embrace the promise. Hear. Some of us, how many of us, hear the Spirit? Amen. How many of you have the ability to hear Him when you get in situations where He has the ability to tell you what to do? Hearing is crucial. It's something you have to develop. And it's going to require you to every now and then be quiet with God. And believe it or not, if you listen and give Him an opportunity to speak, because most of us, when we get quiet with God, it's all about what we need. We doing all the talking. It is imperative that God's people be able to hear Him. Now, the other problem is we don't want to hear Him. Sometimes we get in situations we don't want to hear. And that's a problem. See, because in order to trust and obey, you got to be able to hear. If you're not hearing, in what you trust in. And if you trust it in yourself, that's a problem. Because I'm here to tell you right now, the years that I spent trusting Mike got me in a whole lot of trouble. Mike has no idea what he's doing. Mike think he knew, he thought he knew what he was doing, but Mike didn't know nothing. Mike was so busy gratifying the flesh, he had no idea he was killing himself. He had no idea that his father was the devil and he was on his way to hell. See, but when Mike got his head together and said, Jesus, come into my heart, allow your spirit now to take over and you lead me beside still waters. See, we got to be able to hear. Then once we hear, we can trust and obey. Some of y'all have heard God. Now you need to trust Him and obey Him. Amen. Now once we have heard and we trust and obey, then the word is manifested. See, the word established now, once the word is established, we haven't seen the evidence of the word, but it's out there. In other words, your blessing is on the way. Because it's been established. It's already been established. And then some of us, we have gone through these 3 stages, and now we're in the 4th, where we are embracing the promise. I'm walking in a whole lot of promises today. I'm walking in things that were spoken to me years ago. All right? Now, quickly now, turn to Genesis 12, and I'm going to give you an example of these stages through Father Abraham. We're going to see the first 3 stages represented in this brother. Hear, trust and obey, word established. When you have it, say amen. Amen. Looking at verse 1, it says, now the Lord said to Abram, get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. And what does he say next? And I will make you a great nation and bless you, and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing, and I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. And all the families of the earth shall be blessed. Okay? And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. And what does it say next? So Abraham said, no, Lord, I think I'm going to stay with my family. Oh, it doesn't say that, does it? It says, so Abraham what? He departed as the Lord had what? Spoken to him. All right? So now we see the first 2 stages where Abraham heard something from God. And now we're seeing in verse 4 where Abraham what? Trusted and he obeyed. All right? Y'all with me so far? And then let's look at verse 5. And Abraham took Sarah his wife and Lot possessions that they had gathered, and all the people whom he had acquired in Haran, and they departed to go to the land of Canaan. So they came to the land of Canaan. Abraham passed through the land to the place of Shechem, as far as the terebinth tree in Moreh, and the Canaanites were in the land. What does it say next? And the Lord appeared to Abram and said, what? To your descendants I will give this land. All right? Now we're in the third stage where the word has been established. Some of y'all Bibles have a star next to verse 7, doesn't it?
Yes.
What that means now is there's authority on that word. That word has been established. Why? Because he heard, he trusted and obeyed. Now the word has been established. So I ask you, what phase are you in? What stage are you in right now? Because you want to get to this stage where the word has been established. Hallelujah. There is nothing the enemy can do now to stop this word. God said to your descendants, I will give this land. Nothing going to stop that. Hallelujah. Now, go back to Joshua 24. Hallelujah. And let's look at now a picture of the fourth stage, embracing the promise. Hallelujah. Are you there? Look at verse 1. Now this verse could go right over your head. Look at verse 1. It says, then Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to where? Oh, really? Y'all remember, we just read now, 500 years plus, when God spoke to Abraham, where was it at? Huh? Was that? That's what we read, wasn't it? 500 years later, here they are operating now in the promise. And look at the confirmation where now Joshua is gathering the people to the same place. Hallelujah. That God has spoken to Abraham. Y'all seeing that there? Where are you again? I'm going to ask this question again. Where are you in these stages? Where are you? Are you able to hear? Well, if you heard from God, are you trusting and obeying? Because if you are, the word has been established. And if the word has been established, you are going to embrace the promise. Hallelujah. And then now we have one more stage, the fifth stage. And that is now, we find in verses 13 through 15 of Joshua 24. When you have it, say amen. Now this is the fifth stage. Serving, continuously serving the Lord. So we got to hear, trust, and obey. The word will be established. Once we embrace the promise, then we must continue to serve. Amen. All right? And a lot of us, once we get into the promises, we don't serve the Lord. We kind of back up. Look what it says now in verse 13. I have given you the land for which you did not labor, and cities which you did not build, and you dwell in them. You eat of the vineyards and the olive groves which you did not plant. Now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the river and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. Fifth stage now. You finally got to the point where you're walking in the blessing. Now you have to serve. And now when a new situation arises, we're going to recycle the same process. Hallelujah. So it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter how the enemy's attacking us. It doesn't matter what I'm dealing with. I want to recycle now these stages. Hearing. Well, tomorrow I go to work and I hear something that I don't like. Well, I want to hear from the Lord. I'm going to trust him and obey. His word will be established. And I'm promising you, you're going to walk in the promises he had. In other words, you're going to walk in victory. So it's a cycle. We hear, we trust and obey, the word is established, and then God moves and blesses us in the promise. We continue to serve him. Hallelujah. Now, the problem we have is that idols play a role in interrupting our ability to operate effectively in these stages. Idols quietly control the mindset of each generation. It will be idols. The idols today amongst these youth is different than the idols that I was looking up to. In my generation, if we were upset because we broke up with a girlfriend or whatever, or we was going through a rough time, well, guess what? Tonight, I'm getting blacks. I'm getting me a quarter OE. I'm too real for y'all. Some of y'all remember that OE English 800. That's what we did. It was automatic. Now, was that a good thing? No. But what I'm telling you, how we responded, what we idled. What was our idol at that time? Nowadays, how many suicides have we seen because somebody broke up with a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Suicide now is the answer. So now we're idolizing suicide. So what's happening now, the enemy is idols are quietly controlling the mindset of generations. Hallelujah. Idols are Satan's greatest weapon. His name is called Prince of Peace, but it should be called Prince of Idols. The world has taken the bait and have forfeited their souls through the deception of idols. Right now, our young people are idolizing phones.
Yes, sir.
Social media.
Yes.
We now have a whole new gender climate that's being idolized. Now again, I love the gay and lesbian community. We have to show love. But when it comes to the covenant of marriage, I'm not idolizing that. I'm not going to crown that. What I'm trying to tell you now, idols are a problem. And most of us in here, we'd be lying if when we watching the show and it shows the rich and famous and all them houses. If we be lying if we standing in waiting at the cashier and we looking down, we peeking at them magazines. It's all about idols. It's all about worshiping the great name. There's only one great name. His name is Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. I remember back in the day, big Cowboy fan, that's no secret. But Roger Staubach, beautiful Christian man, won a Super Bowl. So did Joe Namath. How many of you remember Joe Willie with the Jets? And I remember Joe Willie was idolized. Because everywhere he went, he had all the women. He was known to party and he just chilled with the women. Roger Staubach was looked at as just a boring, dull man. Roger Staubach was a hero. Because he represents the most important thing, and that is the family. He represents soundness in the covenant of marriage, where a man gives his all to the woman. The lustful eye, everything, all the energy is for one woman. Our world idolizes the wrong things, and they don't realize their father is behind it. We got to be careful and choose ye this day whom we are going to serve. Because